Hi everyone, my name is Grace Lee, and my presentation is going to be focusing on online privacy and internet surveillance. People's desire for more privacy in the online world is increasing every day. Due to the ongoing issues that may reveal their actual identity or personal information, I decided that the following topic is a vital topic to tackle. Informing people about the danger of online privacy and suggesting possible ways to ameliorate this ongoing issue is what I'm aiming for.
Before we start, I would like to explain briefly about what exactly surveillance is. Surveillance is a systematic, continuous monitoring. In other words, the role of surveillance is to know what is going on. The subject under surveillance are people, objects, their actions, situations or changes that concern them. The main objective of surveillance is to know what is going on, what led to the situation, and what risk is associated to it. Internet surveillance in particular is monitoring of online activity. It keeps track of one's activities, data, and behavior. There are numerous benefits related to internet surveillance. It is a critical part for our internet revolution. These surveillances are not only used for benefits, but has negative effects as well. Internet is like a panopticon, where the interior of the building can be seen from a central point. Although it is said that we are the customers of the companies such as Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, the real truth behind this is that we are the products of the companies. Through the free browsing of their websites, they analyze and carefully observe how we surf the net and collect data from it. Internet surveillance can benefit different companies and have several benefits. However, it is critical for us to be aware of the system and be responsible for our own personal information. First, it is important to examine whether people are aware of internet surveillance and the risks behind it. It is shown that the internet users fall into three distinct groups, which are not concerned, highly concerned, and pragmatic. About 1/4 are not concerned about privacy, 1/4 are highly concerned, and half are pragmatic. The result clearly gives an idea of why violation of privacy through the internet is common and becoming increasingly easy. More than half of the internet users are not aware of the severity of this ongoing issue. Another question we should be asking is, if these people were aware of the privacy issues, would this stop them from releasing their personal information to the online world? To analyze the situation better, a research was conducted to investigate the relationship between knowledge about privacy matters and individuals' concern regarding the information exposure and websites or organizations that require personal information to the users. Another variable that was examined in the study was the rewards. As personal data are often gathered through rewards, such as access to the following content or presence, the research examines whether or not there is an effect on individuals in relation to their concern and knowledge. The study found out that with high level of reward seeking, the concerns tend to be strongly associated with privacy protection for people with higher levels of knowledge than lower levels of knowledge and concern. Thus, knowledge has an effect on the behavioral gap for people with high levels of concern, and the gap is also highly affected by high reward seeking. Privacy violation is a major issue, and it is more serious than what most people think. The internet user should know what these companies do with the gathered data and who is looking at it in what depth. However, it is problematic that the users do not know how far their information is getting shared and to what extent. For instance, let's talk about Facebook. By placing third-party cookies and Facebook logins on other sites, and by acquiring user data directly from third parties, Facebook continuously found different ways to collect users' personal information. This information leakage is apparent as Facebook admitted that it allows third-party apps to collect intimate data on its users. the information does not stay within the platform and therefore will be spread around without the user knowing about it. However, these internet surveillance technologies depend on situations. Clearly, in disastrous situations or life-threatening situations, almost everyone would agree in getting monitored. However, would people want to be monitored in normal life? To alleviate the issue, when setting up a surveillance system, people need to consciously agree both in providing their personal data and in being tracked by social network services. There should be rules made for respecting and preserving the user's privacy. There have been different approaches to fix the ongoing issue of internet surveillance. There are laws that were made for online privacy and security. Cybersecurity Act of 2015 is one of them. The law permits the network operators to monitor, operate defensive measures, and share information with others under given circumstances. When a law is set, the risk of users' information being used in the wrong way will significantly decrease. Thus, setting strict and specific rules regarding online privacy and surveillance can benefit both the organizations or companies and the internet users. Another approach that has been made was the launching of Netra. The following system is able to detect any dubious voice traffic passing through software such as Skype or Google Talk, which makes tracking easier. Although these measures helped numerous users and protected them from surveillance technologies, the privacy issues are not going to be fixed unless people become more conscious about the risk and the organizations or companies to be responsible. Again, as the users become more aware of these privacy concerns, the social web providers should also be contributing to this. They should be offering mechanisms to raise their users' awareness of the fact that their disclosed information is open to public. The users must know how far their information will be shared and to whom. Providers such as companies and organizations should make their data analysis more transparent. As people view many websites distrustful and doubtful, they should be working on bringing up their reputation and restoring their credibility first. A way these organizations can make this more transparent is by showing the users how their information is used in these platforms and in what ways it will help them. Therefore, the users have to acknowledge the concerns related to internet surveillance, and at the same time, companies and organizations should come up with new methods to help these users more aware of what the information is used for and fulfill their responsibility. They could also tackle the problems related to online security by law to make it more credible. In conclusion, internet users should be more aware of negative effects related to internet surveillance. They should be more concerned and know how to protect their private information from getting released. One of the biggest reasons why people put in their private information or are allowed to give their location or other details is because they do not know how they can get exposed and that their information will be shared among various people and platforms to be analyzed further. Additionally, the providers, which are companies or organizations, should be more transparent towards the surveillance. They should be showing their customers how the information is shared and for what reasons. It is hard to find the right balance between using the internet and giving out information about us. However, it is an inevitable fact that the internet is becoming more common and a necessary tool for people. Therefore, both providers and the users should be careful and clear about the risk of internet surveillance. Thank you for listening to my presentation.